Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Morgan, and bid you all welcome back to The Witcher. Before Kalksine gets too far away,
Geralt?
Let's have a chat with him.
The king asked me to handle the Striga.
Vampires once interested me. Unfortunately, I never examined a live... undead specimen. To defeat the Striga, you must survive a night near her lair. I'd recommend getting weapon greases, especially Argentia and Crinfrid oil. Your famous Witcher's signs will be useful. Irden will stop the princess briefly, should she run amok.
So that's some interesting heads up about how to deal with the Striga, although using oils and such, it would not be obviously very helpful in curing the curse. It would be helpful in killing her, but yeah. We're probably going to get to that today. It's not a difficult thing to do at all, but you'll see when we get there.
Kalkstein, I was wondering.
Yes?
In your studies of mutation, did you find any cure for infertility?
Sorry, Geralt.
As I expected. Farewell.
Oh, well, Geralt can never be a real dad. Seeing as Alvin has run off, it seems like our dreams of adopting a little shitbag is never going to come to fruition either. Such is life. So, we got some graveyards and shit over here. Now, last episode, we kind of crashed. So, oh, hey. Oh, no. I thought that might have been a mutant. Yeah, last episode we crashed. But it turns out that I had actually forgotten something anyway. In my haste to get out of the palace and onto actual business, such as this chaos going on in the background, I actually forgot to talk to an NPC who's in the palace, this woman from Toussaint, who has a little quest. And since we can't go back to the palace at any point... Where was it? Promised a female courtier I would deliver money to her cousins who hide in caves in the swamp. Take the receipts to the mercenary captain in Old Vizima. So I actually meant to record the little dialogue that she has, but I totally forgot to. I don't feel like going through that again. So just trust me. She's French and she has a quest. Make sure you talk to her before you leave the palace, because there's no going back. Anyway, we also have... I actually don't think I remember to grab the, friggin' what's-its? The contracts. So I gotta grab those again, but... Now, a lot of people have actually said that they really enjoy this chapter because of the chaos of seeing the city in ruins, and normally I do kind of like segments in that in games, but this one is just not that good. Just the madness of constantly spawning enemies, NPCs, just fighting each other, always getting in your way. I would rather just have a, peaceful hub area to work with. So, let's start getting rid of shit that's not got any secondary substances. Really no point to them. I don't know why I still haven't used that. Alright. Now give me that. And funny, I say that, and yet here I am picking up stuff without secondary substances. Anyway, so... The reason I got lost last time... Oh, there's a hut. Who dwells in this hut? Oh, just some old people.
Kind sir, I've not eaten in so long.
I don't have food for you.
I don't want that.
Well, good, because I didn't give you anything. Well, you got some beer in here. That should, quell the hunger pains briefly.
I'll remain poor no matter who wins.
Have I a chance to recover?
Oh, wow. Take that. Alright, well, we gotta get back to the hospital. Turns out that was the next thing we were supposed to do that I couldn't figure out last time. We actually are supposed to report back to Shani for some reason, even though she really brushed us off last time. Still not thrilled with us. Maybe one of these guys will drop a sandwich or something that we can give to the old lady. Hey, we got some cheese or something. And a fish. Maybe she wants some fish cheese. Here, have a cheese.
Thanks. Many days have passed since I ate. Listen to my tale of scimitars. It could save your life.
Well, that's convenient. So I guess if you don't have a bestiary entry for scimitars, then that's the way to get it. I'm gonna pawn off this axe real quick before we go meet up with Shani. Why does it sound like there's still combat happening in here? This guy punching himself in his sleep? Buy that. I don't know how much money or orange really helps it in this chapter, but can't hurt to have some. Alright, so, well, we gotta get in this hospital. This guy will not... Okay, there he goes. Get rid of all this junk in my trunk. Don't know why these whetstones were not stacked. And go see Shani.
What happened with the Striga?
False alarm. Some mutant was attacking the soldiers.
Need help?
No more than anyone else.
Let me decide.
Shani,
You seem to be in one piece.
not worried about Knights of the Order or elves showing up? They both think you're treating the enemy.
If
Don't
we
jinx
aren't
it.
Enemies, just wounded. In this hospital, we make no racial or political distinctions. I came to understand that at Brenna. Rusty treated Nilfgaardians and our own, even shielded a patient with his own body when elves showed up. If they come here, I hope I have the courage to protect my patients.
I'm sure
We'll
you will,
find out.
though I'd rather you escaped.
Nice to hear. Why are you telling me this? What's that sound?
Knock knock, bitches.
Eternal fire! Behold the terrorist hideout! At them!
Are you blind? This is a hospital, not a hideout.
Aiding squirrels spells treason. Humble yourself before the eternal fire. Confess your sins, and perhaps you will be spared torture.
Forgetting anything?
Save your devilish tricks, freak. The eternal fire shields our souls from filthy magic.
Can it shield you from a witcher's sword?
Kill the non-humans! Leave the red-headed bitch alive!
I'm pretty sure I won't shield you from this anyway. Blimey. Yeah, go ahead, fall back like a bitch. Yeah, I'll take that. Although I realize, Igni spell is not... What is happening? Please attack things. Igni spell is probably not a great idea to use in the middle of a hospital full of innocents. You know what, doesn't the Ard have like a charge up thing? Yeah, there we go. I keep forgetting about that. Come on. Maybe I should have taken a potion that prohibits pain or flinching or whatever that is. Fuck's sake. That didn't really work. Whatever. Take the big guy down first. None of these guys are all that tough, but they've actually decimated just about everybody in here. Now, Zoltan is somewhere in here. Or he was. I don't know. I don't know if he gets knocked down or just disappears when the fight happens. Yeah, take that, fool. To be fair, I can understand why the Flaming Rose might think this is a terrorist cell of sorts, seeing as there isn't a single Flaming Rose person being taken care of here.
They wanted to slay the wounded. How can
Oh, how nice of you to show up now, Zoltan.
I've seen worse in town.
Thank you, on behalf of all the patients.
They shouldn't bother you anymore. See you later.
Farewell.
Alright, well, at least we're parting on kinder terms this time.
They attacked the hospital. Unbelievable.
I know, what scumbags.
Oh, we made it.
No help to you, or from you. Ooh. Got some gloves. A lot of remains outside the door, which annoys me.
Flee if you wish to live. I'm sick.
Might as well take one of those. I don't think any of the subsequent fighting here is going to be too bad. Not yet, anyway.
Just in time, Gwynblade. The fun is about to start.
Mine's already
Teruvio.
started. Get out of here.
We received information that terrorists found shelter at the old town hall. Keep out
Boy,
of this,
that word
Witcher.
traveled fast considering we killed everybody who knew about it.
Walk away. We'll arrest that elven bitch and clean up the old town hall.
You'll do nothing of the sort.
Then make it an honorable fight, sorcerer. Iron, no magic.
Honor? A second ago, the six of you wanted to attack one woman. You wouldn't know honor if it kicked you in the ass. Kill them!
I have to do shit. Yeah, why don't you lend us a hand here, woman? Start poking them with your torch. Teruviel's just in the door, fighting that guy. Oh, she got nailed. Oh, come on. Ah. You had to spoil it.
Defend yourself.
Yeah, eat that.
Thank you, Witcher. You saved my life. Come. I know a quiet place where we can talk.
Do you now? So now basically she shows us where the real Scoia'tel hideout is. Which isn't much of a hideout, it is kind of in broad daylight in the middle of town square.
We must retake the barricades from White Railer.
Won't be easy.
The Knights lost much in the last battle and lack reinforcements. If we defeat White Railer, Old Vizima is ours.
I must speak with Teruviel.
Finally, a breather. I was sure we would meet again.
Why did you return? I thought you had had enough of war.
True, but I could hardly leave my brethren alone to die. I just couldn't.
I see.
I realized I couldn't run away from war. Yavin is a good leader. Strong, charismatic. This is our chance to change history. How could I run away from that?
Teruviel,
What is it? Why do you gaze at me so?
I was just thinking.
You think Unbelievable. You think I would... In these circumstances? The fate of the world is in the balance, and you're thinking about sex?
Oh, what the hell. Strip.
Just what a fucking attitude she had with that. She was like so repulsed by the idea, and then she was like, ah, fuck it. Let's fuck. Fucking Geralt can't keep his, can't keep his dick in his pants long enough to even listen to this woman talk about duty and honor and all that. You know, the whims of fate. But, oh well. As much as Geralt wants, I am not going to betray my loyalty to Triss. Pieces damage inflicted with silver sword. Bleeding. I don't know why I haven't been making these. Might as well make one. Alright, well, that's all I got. Let's wait until the morn. I actually don't know. I've never tested if you can have more than one weapon buff active at a time. Like, if you can have an oil plus a, like, diamond dust or something like that. You would think Chapter 5 would have been... It would have been wise to figure out a long time ago whether or not that was the case. Well, it seems all the Scoia'tel have mobilized. Already read that, but I might as well take it. Books tend to be worth a fair handful of change. Alright, we move.
Do you know why Teruviel returned?
I can guess.
She returned because you helped her at Murky Waters. She told me when she saw you fighting for that cause, she couldn't leave Yavin. Since she returned, he's been a better leader. Maybe we'll win.
Maybe we will.
You've changed too. Decision time. A turning point. I could have stayed out of it, but you can't always straddle the fence. The Scoia'tel showed new strength at Murky Waters. I saw it in Teruviel's eyes. Even old Zoltan Chive talks of hope, victory. I just hope it's not a costly one.
Let's break through the barricade and clear the road for the refugees.
It looks pretty solid. Any ideas?
A frontal charge.
Genius.
We'll be like polar tigers, fast and merciless.
Isn't
Zoltan's puking again. Alright, so of course throwing bodies at a fucking barricade is always a way to deal with it.
Can I...
You won't buy anything I got. So be it. What did I say I needed to do? Oh, it was just the contracts. Alright, well, before we do that, let's see if I can find another scimitar. Maybe that'll give me all I need to fulfill this contract. We got 2 of them. Nice. I fucking knew it. Alright, so for some reason this chapter, or at least this area, Old Vizima, crashes like a motherfucker, because note... This is bullshit! This is fucking bullshit! I'm going to take this one step at a time. Let the game take its damn sweet time loading in all the bullshit happening in this fucking level, so it stops crashing the fucking game. The only thing I can think is that there's just way too many, like, character models, way too many, like, textures and effects like flame, way too many AI scripts all trying to happen at once. When I cross, like, a loading zone, not like a loading zone, but cross a, like, threshold where things start popping in, too many things happen and this game just crashes. Because it can't load it up fast enough.
That was tough. Teruviel must be on the left flank.
We need to break through to her.
Let's do that. Cautiously. Slowly. I don't know why these squirrel puffs are considered quest items. I don't know who we return those into. And if they are a quest item, they're probably for the Order. So we shouldn't be picking them up. or whatever. None of that's meaningful. I'm gonna have to keep hitting quick save, and I hate doing that because it generates a new save every time we do that, which pisses me off. I don't know why I'm still taking squirrel tails. Alright, so now, for some reason, inexplicably, the barrier that was here is gone. Which allows us to walk up to this lesser barricade and blast it.
Are you crazy?
You know, it's nice of all the other Scoia'tel to help us out here. Yeah, I think what's really telling about how poorly optimized and just how much shit is going on in this area is not only all the animation glitches, all the crashes, but this area just consistently has the worst frame rate I've ever had in this game. And I'm on a 980, like this really shouldn't be this bad. It's all because... I think it's like mostly because they're just... This is not like a multi-core processor, like, developed game. So, I think I talked about it early on. There's like a way you have to trick this game to use more than one processor core. And it still does not do that much.
Raven is planning something. We'll mount a frontal attack. Distract them. He'll stand a chance then.
You sound like Zoltan.
Yes, always with the frontal assault. No wonder you Scoia'tel have been so behind on all your, you know, fallen... whatever. God, I'm just so frustrated. I can't even crack wise anymore. I'm gonna eat a cheese, why not? We done? I think we're done. Alright, Rayla. You got your back to the wall. Uh-oh. Treachery's afoot. Is that Yavin? Oh, you dirty bugger.
Damn it, I almost thought she'd be getting up again.
The second arrow penetrated her heart. She didn't have a chance.
And they said White Rayla had no heart. Let's go. It'll be safer further on.
Yeah, if you say so.
We're finally out of that hell.
And into the swamp.
Should be safe.
Watch out! Monsters!
Monsters?
Away from the refugees.
Don't need to hear that twice.
Yeah, that'll scare them off. Alright. Ah, the usual shit tier swamp enemies. Oh my god, they really hurt when they explode, though. It'd be nice if I could get them to die when they didn't get near me. If all these explode on me, I'm definitely dead. Ah, shit, these things are shooting me. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. I didn't know the Flaming Rose had spells of, disintegration.
Witcher, are you all right?
You arrived just in time.
I am Jacques de Aldersberg, Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose.
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
I have heard much about you, and know of your deeds, from a very trustworthy source.
Oh?
Explain, please.
Geralt of Rivia asking me for explanations. He who so generously lavishes his wisdom upon others.
Forgive me for not laughing. I just didn't get the joke.
I don't intend to explain. Unlike you, I'm one to act. I want to laugh when I recall your pseudo-philosophical reflections. Witcher, only time can teach us. Only with perspective can one understand what is right. Who is human, who a monster, what is evil, and how to overcome it.
I'm in no mood to guess, so why don't you just tell me what made you so bitter? Otherwise we should part.
Forgive me, I can get irritable. Know they sometimes tell me of your deeds, and though I don't approve of them all, I'm always genuinely interested to hear them.
And how did I earn the interest of the Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose?
I like to know what goes on in Temeria. It helps me appear in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Incidentally, thanks for your help.
Though you're not human, every knight's duty is to aid those in need. An element of our vocation.
Beautiful words, yet hollow when the cries of the murdered are in the air. I understand. They don't apply to elves and dwarves?
You're mistaken. The Order's oath is clear and bright. Every knight swears to enforce the law. You cannot deny the non-human uprising is directed against the state. The Order was formed to uphold the law, maintain peace, and ensure our survival from the approaching White Frost.
Vizima was erected on elven foundations.
We both know that is immaterial. I regret what's happening, but the non-humans took up arms. There is but one way to save the world from annihilation.
Your way, you mean?
Do you know anything about the Order? The Order is an idea, from its foundations to its pinnacle. Our mission, our vision. Our objective is a new world, a new order that will come after the White Frost. A world in which all will get what they merit, not by birth or through connections. A world where the strong help the weak, and crime is duly punished. A world of clear principles and ideals. You must know anyone can join, be they peasant, merchant, even witcher. Knights collect no payment, and are promoted for great deeds.
And you'll decide who will be awarded the honor of living in an ideal world? That's demagogy. Words that conceal a lust for absolute power. After all, you will have to bring those who stray back onto the path. No, Jacques. I'll pass on a paradise like that.
I hope when the time comes, you'll understand.
Don't let me keep you, but I don't like to owe favors.
You've paid your debt.
I don't understand.
You owe me nothing. Our rest is over. Fall in.
Farewell.
Well, he doesn't seem like a horrible fellow, perhaps a bit self-righteous and, narcissistic, believing only he has the answer.
Druid's cave.
Take care of yourself.
You do that. Lead him to the Druid's cave, and it's nice that, the Order, at least in the swamp, is willing to stay their blades, let these refugees get away. Especially considering we brought them from the place where they're killing the Order of the Flaming Rose, so... Alright, well, he says he's bringing them to the Druid's Cave. I don't know where the Druid's Cave is. But no matter, because that's not our goal right now. So this is a swamp cemetery, which is a part of the swamp we have not seen. Well, it's not really all that big, I don't think. But thankfully it's a bit more straightforward than the swamp forest was. Damn it, I don't want this thing popping on me. let's just get over here for now. Unfortunately, we got... Yeah, so this area is just full of the same trash mobs as the swamp forest. So, nothing's a real threat here, they're just annoying. Well, we found a chapel, apparently.
Sir, have you seen my son? He has straw-colored hair, freckles on his nose, a child, 12 winters to him.
Sorry, I haven't.
I've been burning fires here to lead him through the mists. Oh, my dear son.
I hope you find him. I seek the Striga that has its lair somewhere around here.
Sir, you see that old church on the hill? The Striga lives in the crypt. She awakes at night and roams about in search of blood.
She leaves you alone?
Once she came for me. I didn't run, for I light this fire to guide my son through the night. The monster hesitated, then ran on. Since then, she's avoided me.
Interesting.
Well, that's not behavior befitting a Striga.
Tell me.
What did I...
Oh, flashback time. Flashback that does not belong to me.
Elves set my neighbor's home ablaze and cut them to bits. I've decided to flee the city.
They tried to draft me into the army. Luckily, King Foltest has returned. He'll put those non-humans back on their leashes.
Rightly so. Know what I'll tell you?
Oh, poor Pooch. He wasn't a dog. Nobody cares about him. I thought he said he didn't run. It's probably one of the more elaborate, like, what do you call it? Expositional cutscenes in this game. Normally don't see them like that. Oh shit, it's the Burgermaster.
Greetings, Geralt. Foltest asked me to check on your progress.
Well, I made it.
Is fundamental.
True, but this particular monster is his daughter.
Why are you here?
Foltest well knows someone meddled with the curse. He cannot believe Adda turned into a beast by herself. The crypt may hide evidence. Foltest asks that you search the sarcophagus where the princess sleeps. Surrender any evidence you find.
I'll fulfill the king's order. Now show me to the princess.
Follow me.
I shall. Alright, so here's the thing. He's gonna go in there, or at least open the door. Or both doors. Yeah, he's gonna go in there, but once you go in there, there's no getting back out until you complete the quest. So make sure you take care of any business you need first. Now, there is a campfire down here, so if you need to meditate, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah.
The gate is locked. First resolve the problem with... The gate is locked. First resolve the problem with the beastie. You understand? Safety precautions.
It's the princess. Don't just belittle her by calling her the beastie. And if anyone in the comments says beastie better, I'm blocking you. I don't need to hear that nastiness anymore. Alright, so... yeah, it's dark down here. It's a crypt after all. So here's the thing. If you look at this quest entry, you must go to the crypt after dusk and face the Striga. So right now, there's not anything we can do down here. Obviously, there's a campfire down here, so we can rest until then, but you can still check the sarcophagus before the Striga shows up to look at this. Ostrich Journal. I curse you, Foltest, and hope you rot amidst worms in hell. I curse you, incestuous deeds. Your sister Adda deserved better. I implore destiny to render the child born of your lechery as monstrous as you. If the witch spoke truly, you will soon taste my vengeance. I need only prepare the ingredients and utter the words thrice. Some say that not even the words alone are necessary, that hatred alone suffices. Know that my hatred is fierce. On the margins, someone made notes as if researching how to renew the curse of the Striga. Well, Ostrit's dead. Ostrit is the dude who we used as bait for the Striga in the first place. In order to, oh wow. I've already read that. I might as well take all this shite. Ostrit is the guy from the intro, who looks a lot like Velarhead, to be honest. Who, we sent down the... sent through the old manor to, what do you say? To bait out the Striga. Oh my goodness, I can't see shit. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I know there's a lit campfire over there with something else, but, I guess we'll wait on that. For now, use this campfire. We got new talents. Now, I'm actually going to spend some talents to get bomb preparation, because I've never actually used it. Never used bombs in this game, believe it or not. So by the looks of it, we've basically got all combat talents. Oh no, we don't have strong silver. Might as well. So that's almost all weapon talents taken care of. Maybe not. But nothing else really matters. Now, Kalkstein did say that Yrden is supposed to help against the Striga. I don't really see why. So it said the quest entry says to wait until dusk. You actually have to wait a couple hours after that. But it's kind of irrelevant what time between, like, say, 9 o'clock at night and dusk that you show up, because the quest's gonna play out kind of the same anyway. Even if you can guess how this is gonna work, there is a specific way to do it. Now, I'm actually not gonna take any potions, because we're not fighting. And potions are not gonna help anyway. Even if you did want to fight her, you'll notice the big difference from the last time I walked in there is now some candles are lit. So, we're not gonna fight her, but even so, I don't think she's a very tough fight at all, especially at this point. So, I'm not gonna bother with any potions. And there's the beast. Alright, so all that happens is you just show up. And, you'll recall that Kalkstein basically said you have to wait until, dawn for the curse to be broken. And if you remember in the intro, it was a matter of Geralt luring or scaring the Striga away from her sarcophagus and then locking himself inside of it so she couldn't rest in it. Well, that would be a bit tricky in this particular case because her sarcophagus lid is broken in two. Thankfully and very conveniently, someone has lit these candles that just happen to be perfectly timed to all burn out by dawn, so that is our sort of hourglass. But yeah, it's a bit silly that the only reason the Striga, like, Geralt went through all this elaborate preparation the last time he did this, but in reality, all he needed to do to cure the Striga was to play Ring Around the Rosie with her sarcophagus. And she'd be too stupid to try and actually get in there and rest. Obviously, resting while you have an assailant chasing you. Not a great idea. But she is a Striga. So... well, Geralt, we're not going to kill her. And then again, I don't think Strigas are terribly smart. They just... she knows she needs to rest in her sarcophagus just because that's kind of the nature of the curse. It's almost like her animal nature now, but obviously there isn't an animal on Earth that is so urgently going to try and go to sleep while something is accosting them. So maybe she isn't all that bright. And, he's just gonna try and kill me, not realizing that come the stroke of dawn, something bad's gonna happen. I don't know why I'm talking so much. I really should just fast forward through the rest of this. Spare you all this time-consuming silliness. So yeah, it's completely irrelevant what time between dawn and dusk you show up here, or dusk and dawn that you show up, because the time you have to wait for the curse to lift is going to be the same. Alright, well, thank goodness her Striga had the foresight to give her some clothes this time, to, you know, maintain some amount of modesty. Alright, well, she seems to be in one piece.
Where am I?
Adda, you alright?
What happened?
It's over. You're well again.
Geralt.
Do you feel alright?
Yes, better.
I need to ask you about Salamandra.
Now's not the time, Geralt.
That terrible professor. It's his fault. He tricked me, promised me power and glory. I haven't seen any salamanders since he was killed.
The professor couldn't have created those mutants. Did he ever mention a mage?
He came here once with this repulsive man, Abdul or something.
Azar.
The professor called him a powerful sorcerer. That's all I know.
Know where I might find him?
Unfortunately not.
Don't worry, you're safe. I'll take you home.
Oh, my hands. They're covered in blood. I killed, murdered so many people. Oh.
It wasn't your fault. Don't think about that. It's behind you.
I remember, through a fog. It was important. I concealed something in the sarcophagus. You must see it.
All right.
Already found it.
Hold me, Geralt. I feel so cold.
It's this crypt. We should go. You'll feel better outside.
It's also because you're almost naked. But, whatever. So thank goodness I don't actually have to lead her outside, because we still got some shit to do down here. So, I'm actually... I guess I'll throw on a cat potion for now. Just make the rest of this exploration a bit easier. There's not much to see in this crypt as it is. Actually, the next part that I'm about to do isn't something we really need to do. It's not going to help us in any great way, but we do have the notes of an elven minstrel here. That is, of course, necessary for the Raven's armor. So that's where you get that. What else do we need to find for that? Still need pieces of Raven's armor. We need a gnomish device, which is in the swamp cemetery. No. Alright, well, whatever. So basically, Raven's armor turns out to be different depending on which path you take in the final chapter. So since we've taken the Scoia'tel path, we're gonna get the gnomish version of the armor, I think it is. But this is one of the stones that the dwarven blacksmith told us about. Difference is, this one is not actually for us. This is the way to get the item you need for the Order version of the armor. But we're gonna do it anyway, because I happen to know the combination. There's a combination of 3 spells that you have to do, and I think they're all variations of the Ard and the Igni spell. This one in particular happens to be 2 Ards followed by an Igni. And it's an instant teleport. I don't know why they couldn't just do a door. Because unfortunately that means in order to get out of here we have to do that again. There are some critters down here. Which is a scimitar. Which is good. We need some of these still for the contract. Wow! I have never actually seen that part of the combo before. Okay, so I think we still need one more of thems. You notice for some reason there's a lot of Order symbolism down here. I almost said embology. I'm pretty sure that's not a word. Yeah. So I don't know if this was supposed to be like an Order, like a crypt of someone from the Order. But I don't think the Order is even old enough, or St. Gregory. I don't know what relation the St. Gregory has with the Order, but I didn't think the Order of the Flaming Rose itself was around long enough to have, you know, crypts that are so old that they've become ruined. So I know that in the mythos of this game, the Flaming Rose came about from an order known as the White Rose. Apparently we got a place of power here, that's nice. No teleporting in this chapter still. So what we have is St. Gregory's Litany, a prayer to the eternal fire written on a piece of old crumbling parchment. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Flaming Rose is older than the White Rose, or at least as old as the White Rose. Or maybe it's just more recent than I thought, because I really thought that, as far as I know, the Flaming Rose never appeared in the novels. There was just the Order of the White Rose, and the Flaming Rose is a fabrication of the writers of the game, who, in their mythology, were an offshoot of the White Rose. I don't really remember all the details. I don't know, maybe somewhere in the glossary talks about it. Established after the war with Nilfgaard by a charismatic leader, Jacques de Aldersberg. So obviously the war with Nilfgaard was not that long ago. So how are they old enough to have a saint and bury him with all this symbolism of the Flaming Rose if the Flaming Rose is like a decade old, maybe? That makes no sense. Unless, you know, he was a recently deceased saint and they decided to bury him somewhere that they figured nobody would ever find. I don't know. I'm asking for continuity and, you know, lore-friendly shit and, like, the most arbitrary things I know. But I demand a better lore.
And
look for yourself.
Showing me in that crypt. Nice gesture, Velerad.
Sorry, which king's orders?
The princess is freed. Adda, Velerad will take you home.
Witcher, second time I underestimated you.
Third time's a charm.
Foltest gave me something for you in the event that you survived. This is the devil, a Zerrikanian scimitar. The legends say it was tempered in dragon's blood.
Someone induced the princess's transformation into a Striga. I have proof.
Where?
The king wanted to be the first to know.
Fine.
Is that all?
The king said if you want to cure the disease, you must go to the old manor. He said you would understand.
I do. Farewell.
Oh, I don't.
Farewell, Witcher.
Fall back immediately.
Okay, so it was kind of this sword, which actually sucks, was kind enough to replace my sword. Oh my god. Get rid of that garbage. I actually meant to sell that Holy Order sword back in town, but I forgot.
Do you feel all?
Yeah.
I need.
Alright, so all this is just the shit she told us already. So, no matter there. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the episode here. I think we're at a reasonable time. With all the crashes, I kind of lost my reference of time, but regardless, that's a decent way to end it. So until next time, thank you all very kindly for watching. I think probably do some side quests next time before we move on to that that intel that the king gave us. So until next time, don't forget to follow me on Twitch, subscribe to my stream archive channel, links in the description below if you are interested. Otherwise, have yourselves a wonderful night, and we will see you next time.